Welcome back today. So, as I mentioned before in the previous video, I was going to look at all the wasted space that I haven't utilised in the van. And firstly, I'm going to be looking at my kitchen. So, here's the kitchen area, and you can see my fridge, gas and water. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to streamline everything because there is a lot of wasted space at the front here, and I'll explain how I'm going to change everything around without losing any functionality. Firstly, we've got my two water tanks. They're both 25 litre sort of food grade plastic water tanks. I've come to realise that it is completely ridiculous having two of the same size water tanks, one for your normal water and one for your waste. About 75% of the water I use from this tank never ends up in this tank. I would say that if I had a 25 litre tank, the absolute maximum size I'd need for this, the wastewater tank would be 15 litres. I know some of you might have the wastewater just going straight out the bottom of the van. The reason I keep it contained is because if I had to go to some campsites or some areas, they have certain issues with you just dumping it out of your van onto the floor. Now with the fridge, it currently slides out and then I can access it that way, but this is a huge waste of space and engineering because I can't open the top lid all the way anyway. So what I'm going to plan on doing is rotating it 90 degrees and creating a new shelf drawer that slides all the way out so I can open the lid fully. And then by it rotating like that, it then just uses up a tiny amount of space here, which means I'm left with more space here. And then I'm going to rotate the water and the gas and budge them along so they're at the back wall. I'll then have a huge amount of space in front along here to create shelving, and I can store all of our bowls and cutlery that we usually keep over there, which means that that is then free and open to use for extra other stuff like actual clothing and all that sort of stuff, which is a massive advantage, and that is just by changing the kitchen. That is a small area that dramatically changes the whole use of the van. So to give you an idea of my vision, I've managed to get this cut out now, and I've made a little box for the cool box, ironically, and so you can see now what I'm playing with. So this cool box will slide all the way out, which means I can open the lid all the way, and it means cooking at the hob and like getting something out of the cool box really quickly is going to be a lot easier. And then above it I can even add a drawer there that will house all the cutlery. And then here I've rearranged the water tanks and the gas tank. Now as you can see, this is quite a small spot over here, but as I mentioned before, I'm going to find a much smaller water tank for the wastewater, and then I'm going to keep my 25 litre water tank for that. I'm going to keep my gas tank there, and then I've got this huge area in front which is almost 30 centimetres in depth, and I'm going to make a little caddy that lifts up and out, and then that means I can access the gas and the water when either of them need changing. But also another little bonus to this setup is that before, both the gas and the water was just sort of roughly put in place, and then there's an elastic cord put around them, and that's fine, but it wasn't that safe. But now they'll be completely enclosed in basically a giant wooden box, so in the event of a crash, this is actually going to be a much safer option. So thumbs up all round. So what do you guys think so far? My reason for this layout is I want to use this side for hanging frying pans and also putting cereal boxes. And then here I'm going to put obviously two different heights for different stuff, so bottles and other stuff, and then cans and bowls and other stuff down here. But it's a good space, and this should take most of the stuff that's in that top area on the white storage sort of unit that I built. So I'm actually quite excited about this part because I've now routed out this bit of board, and this is going to be the back for the storage unit. and I've just tested it and it fits beautifully on the back of here. So there it is, the finished unit. Super chuffed with that actually. Obviously I'm going to add some refining touches as I use it, so maybe some hooks for the frying pans or anything like that. But really, I might give it a good sand down and paint actually, because I mean I quite like this board, but in the same respect it'd be pretty cool if it was painted up. I don't want it to look too hipster in the van. Well guys, I've got it in place. I just need to do a bit of tweaking here and there because it's still at it's leaning a little bit outwards, but that's just because I need to rearrange the gas tank and the water tank at the back. But otherwise it fills the gap beautifully, and I've got everything in there, and I've got plenty of space down below, and I've still got space above everything here, so I'm thinking I might put some little doweling sticks so I can hang my cups on, or maybe some other hooks just hang from the top. And then I've got all of this space here to use up still. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was all the awesome comments I get from you guys. I wanted to say a huge thank you. It's so useful. I've learned so much just off tips and tricks that you guys have told me, and also all your positive stuff is such a huge booster. And all the people that bought vans, like they've said they've bought vans after watching my series, that's massive. That's so cool. And I wanted to put out there, I'm 6'3", and I always thought that I'd have a bigger van. I thought this might be my entry level, but after using this van, I really like the size of it. It'd probably be a long time before I went bigger, and I don't even know if I would get a bigger van. I just like the way that I can drive around a town really easily. I can get into places like normal car parking spots and all that sort of stuff, and it's not a huge mission if I need to turn around all this sort of stuff. It is like the little things, but they actually do add up to make me enjoy having a smaller van more. I don't think it matters what size van you get, but this size works perfectly for me, and I've loved every hour in this van. Now I'll switch over and tell you guys how to get hold of my stickers. Right, to get a sticker, listen up. Right, there's a link just here and a link in the description. If you go to paypal.me/YouTube, a little window will pop up. From there, you can add on how much you want to send me. If you live in the UK, £1.50 will get you one sticker. If you want more than one sticker, because you want to plaster your van in really cool stickers, it's add on 50p for every other sticker you want. So £1.50 will get you one sticker, £2 will get you two, £2.50 will get you three, etc. Now if you're outside of the UK, start at £2. £2 will get you one sticker, £2.50 will get you two, £3 will get you three. And then what happens is, once you click through and you've logged in, it'll take you through to another window, and you can either add a note about where your delivery address is and then click pay now, or you can click for goods and services, and then the address that's linked to that PayPal account is where I will send it. If you don't have PayPal or you don't want to use PayPal, comment below and I'll sort something out for you, because you guys are special and you know that. So I took the old sliding platform that the cool box was on before, and I've trimmed it down, so now I need to mount it onto it, but this now slides out. I'm not going to bring it all the way out, because if I let go, it sort of rotates like that because it's not mounted at the back there yet. But nice and tidy, tucked away, and I've got space for my drawer.
Tomorrow.
What do you guys think? So now I've got my drawer, and that has got loads of space in, but it's got all my goodies. Boom. And then what I need to do is I need to adjust this little, where the gas bit tube has got some two connecting hoses, I just need to adjust those because they're catching on the drawer. And then, without trying to rip my trousers, the fridge now comes all the way out. So much easier to access when I'm cooking. And then I've got all of my cooking paraphernalia.